In case you weren't sure, Valheim is a game, and this is Should You Play. Now, quick disclaimer, yes, I know, the game is in early access. We'll review it fully when it's done, but for now, on with this video. Valheim is in essence a really well-made fustercluck, full of all the best parts of my favorite games, but it's stripped down to where it doesn't fully commit to any of the original design philosophies. Is what a smarter person might have said. Me? I just think it's a game with the style of Rust, but none of the community aspects. The progression of Terraria, but with the bullshit grind of an MMO. The fluid combat of a Souls-like, but lacking the distinctive, responsive, and dangerous enemies that make them so good. And the absolute fun of a good co-op game that I played solo. Valheim has a lot of other games in its genes, but it doesn't learn what made those games good. However, Valheim is still a really good-ass game. When it isn't making me f***ing rage quit. But let's settle down for a sec. What is a Valheim? Valheim is a really pretty and chef's kiss gorgeous beautiful open world co-op exploration game, filled to the brim with bad dudes, bosses, and shiny loot that I want. And when I said open world earlier, I meant really goddamn open. The world is so goddamn large it can actually fit your mum in it. But even if it is that girthy, there is almost nothing out there to explore. So, what do you actually do in Valheim? Spawn in as a raging Swedish undead man, find the groundwood, and become Lumberjack. Accidentally a shitty house and then get yelled at by a bird.
Let me smash.
Craft yourself a homeless person outfit and acquire the curved stick of animal genocide. You'll need their insides to craft yourself better outsides. Once you're ready, you'll chase down the first objective and then proceed to put it 6 feet under. Your efforts are then rewarded with the object of your progression. Antlers. A pickaxe. Pillage the next area, fulfill your duties as a lumberjack, and get the key progression reward to do it all over again. Hey, wait a minute. This is starting to sound really damn familiar. Yes, progression in Valheim is eerily similar to Terraria's, where each boss functions as a gateway to the next tier of weapons and armor. Exploring the next area yields the location of your next target, and then you'll do it over and over and over again. It's repetitive, but the enemies, environment, unique situations, and problems that you'll encounter are what keep it fresh. It's just a shame that that fresh part gets really familiar really damn quickly. Once the wonderment of undeading a bajillion skeletons and exploring bogged-down swamps wears off, you'll start to see the cracks. Valheim suffers a lot from, oh god, how long have I been grinding for now? I better just put on some Joe Rogan.
When you do DMT, bwomp.
Enemies in Valheim, for the most part, are incredibly unbalanced. Some enemies have me quaking in my boots the moment I catch a whiff of them. 1 minute I'm almost being one-shot, and the next, everything else is almost being one-shot. In the biz, we call that the vicious cycle. With a little bit of prep, you can almost become indestructible, and most of that is thanks to the game's ingenious food system. So thanks Valheim, geez, out here doing good stuff. The sheer amount of times that I've almost died from the crazy wacky-ass hitboxes that these wolves have going is just absurd. The point that had me rage quitting the game though was whilst I was fighting the mountain boss and getting Shrexually assaulted by man's best friend, as my weapon cleanly passed through his head, and then I proceeded to die. How the hell does this attack connect and this one does not? Just God! The worst part of all is that if I want my gear back, I just have to go back up that mountain and go get it, right? Yeah, easy in theory, hell in practice, because of a little known feature called bosses don't despawn. Wow, thanks game.
Oh, fuck off.
But it's not all bad. Valheim isn't a solo player's game. In case you couldn't already tell, I'm just an idiot.
Oh, I'm actual real poison. Oh, not good. Oh, no, I'm dead. I'm dead. Please.
Damn it! Valheim multiplayer was so baller when I played it. So stop mining sludge, turn off Joe Rogan, and go find some teammates. But as I said earlier, the game's multiplayer isn't at the point yet where there's like factions and really big servers in the game. Multiplayer Valheim is closer to Terraria than it is to Rust, despite the similar grindy nature of the two games. And speaking of grinding, holy shit! Just going back through my own footage, I had to make like a lot of trips back and forth from the sunken tombs just to get iron equipment. Just for iron! The game has a cart that you can pull around, but my world was so vertical that at the best of times, it was still pointless. Maybe if Loxers could pull carts, they'd be worth taming, but as it is, I guess you just gotta bust back out that pickaxe and get back to grinding, because your work is gonna be cut out for you, and I don't want to listen to any more Joe Rogan. No more! Look, this is gonna be spoilery, but as soon as you can afford it, go and get the Mengenjord. It is just the best item in the whole game. This little extra carry-weight doozy saved me so much pain and agony that I'm angry that I decided to play the game blind. You'll have to get this little item here from the only merchant in the game that can spawn really anywhere around here. If you weren't sure, that's the whole map. Yeah, good fucking luck finding him. Don't worry though, once again Papa Flex has you covered. Just simply go to seed number 42069 lolxd. No, I am actually not kidding. Just go to that seed, run 5 minutes south, and then you'll find him. You're very, very welcome. Now, for a game that I just spent a long time being very disgruntled about, this game still has the most potential I've seen in any game in a really, really long-ass time. Despite some of the problems that it has, Valheim is incredibly polished for an early access title, and a game like Valheim can go literally anywhere. Me personally, I hope that the game ends up more like Terraria, and I hope that what we got now is very similar to the way Terraria started ages ago, where, you know, it's bare bones and it's fun at first, but then... But then, you know, good stuff's coming. Valheim feels like it needs a class system. It has one in the game already, but I didn't even know it existed until I researched this video. Being able to specialize in a skill will do wonders for the gameplay. Valheim feels incomplete. Everything up until the midpoint is great. Everything after it feels unfinished. Items that do nothing, upgrades that you can't even get but are somehow in the game, and enemies that are just... You get the idea. I well and truly hope that Valheim becomes a game that is just utterly incredible. Like I said, most potential I've seen in a really long time. The game just sold 5 million copies for a reason, and it was made by 5 guys. I really hope that they hire some more people and start pumping out more content and don't go the way of Fall Guys. No game should ever go that way. Valheim is sick despite its flaws, and I have high expectations for the future. So, should you play Valheim? Yeah, you definitely should. In a year. If you have friends and you want to play it now though, go for it. Multiplayer is incredible. But if you're solo like me, ooh, probably wait for that one, buddy. I've been Sir Flex of the Funk, and I am going to bed. Good night! See you later. Thanks for joining the video. Really appreciate it. Alright, first take, first try, no do-backs. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me for this video once again. I really appreciate it. We've gained, like, to quote my own video that you saw just now, a lot. We've gained, like, a lot of subscribers, right? I think it's, like, close to 500 since my appreciation video. It's, like... It's mind-boggling. It's so mind-boggling. It doesn't make sense. I never expected to experience growth like this. Maybe for another 2 or 3 years, but just out of nowhere, it's just like bang. But you know, you get the idea. Thank you, thank you so much. Anyway, onto the video. I want to air some grievances I have. Green screen. Holy crap! Like. In your head you think, oh yeah, I'll buy a green screen. Sounds like a great idea, and then you go to use it and it's like a whole new world of editing style and shit you've got to do to make it interesting. You can't just throw yourself on screen, you have to throw yourself on screen with some kind of intent, and it's like, God, I'm not as creative as I thought I was. And yes, before anyone mentions it, I know, There will not be any more feet in the video. I'll remember to take my feet off before I record next time. Everyone I've shown the video to before I posted on YouTube was like, bro, you gotta get them feet out of there. Feet. Who would have thought that would be the thing that undoes me? Secondly, I never would have thought the camera that I'm recording with right now would have been such a detriment. For some reason, autofocus was on. Like, this was like the second or third time I had to re-record the green screen footage, which is like an hour at a time, and I don't have a lot of opportunities to do it. So, I had to go with what I got. That's why it's blurry in some sections and not blurry in others, but in future, hopefully I'll get it right and it won't be blurry anymore. But God, this video has been an endeavor, to say the least. Easily the hardest video I've tried to produce. I've just been stressing about it constantly. I do my best to make everything perfect, so when it isn't perfect, it's like... You know, I have a mental breakdown, as anyone would when you gain 500 new subscribers and you want to appease them. Speaking of, hello again. But yeah. It's a new learning experience, it's a new style, I've got to get used to it. It's so much that I wasn't expecting when I just said, oh yeah, I'll just pop a green screen in. Yeah, how hard can that be? Very, as it turns out, very hard. Yeah, I even bought that microphone that I said I wanted. I said, screw it. I'll just pay for it out of pocket. Screw the waiting for YouTube to pay me idea, even though I'm gonna have to do that now because I can't go around wasting money anymore, but I bought that microphone. Turns out it records like shit. Here's a quick sample. Warning, this is a sample. Yeah, so that's, I'm gonna hold on to the microphone, obviously. It'll be better in future. Somehow other YouTubers have made it work, and one day I will too, but I think it's the acoustics of the room. But I'm in a rental, so it's hard to fix. But yeah, anyway, thanks a lot for joining the video. I really appreciate it. It's this thing has been an endeavor, and hopefully it'll be even better in the future. The ratio I'm gonna go for in future is 40% green screen, 60% like voiceover. That's what I'm looking for. I think my best work is done when I do a voiceover, but I still like the green screen content. I just gotta get used to it. Anyway, thanks again. I'll see you later. I have no idea what I'm doing for the next video. Suggest something in the comments if you like. I'll look at every single one. Don't worry. I know how much you love Summoner in Terraria. Anyway, love yous all. Thanks again, and goodbye.